Right, guys. Doc Jones, Doc Jones Studios. Gonna bring some more news to you tonight, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the 29 subscribers. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for hitting that like button, y'all. I appreciate it. It's April the 6th, 2020 years. All right, folks, I'm going to bring in a little bit of news. Some of this news tonight is all declassified. This is coming from a federal government employee on some of this information tonight. Okay, first off, the Surgeon General says next week will be our 9/11 moment. So what is he really? I mean, I know more deaths. We've got all these issues of the virus. We've got issues, but a 9/11 moment, that's interesting, and it's also very dramatic sounding. Again, as we remember, our 9/11 moment happened on a Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. That was our 9/11 moment. Of course, some of us, have looked into that moment, this moment that we're into now, and other moments in our past. Kind of wonder, yeah, it was a moment, but was it a planned moment? So anyway, all right, folks, we're going to continue to move. I got to move on, folks. Got to move on. This coming in, very, very recent news. This as of, I believe, last night. Military leaders, special forces on high alert have gone to an underground center in the Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado. Again, that's where you see NORAD, you see underground facilities there in Colorado. And you can go in and look at Greenbrier, China Lake, Iron Mountain. You can look at some of these underground military facilities that we have. Yes, we have underground facilities here in America, as well as all the way in other parts of the world. CBS did a report about a year ago on this command center in underground Colorado here. As you look at the underground areas, especially under the Denver airport, as I've researched into as well. But again, military leaders, special forces, I don't know how many, who, but they have moved into an underground center as of information coming in last night. And this is from Mike from the Council of Time. He works in the federal government. And again, we see there's other underground cities, underground tunnels, underground facilities, military facilities. You see them in Kansas City, Las Vegas. You see them in a nation like Israel and Turkey, New York City, down way up in Seattle, Washington, the Pacific Northwest, over in Toronto and Montreal, way out there in Poland even. There's all kind of underground facilities that they have and that they use and are starting to use now that have been prepped years in advance. So, folks, if some of us are really digging into some of the real true news that's going on, that's affecting us right now every second of the day, if y'all would please go to Stephen Ben Noon out of Israeli News Live. He's doing some heavy reporting, and this, you need to go check it out. Richie from Boston as well. Nicholson 1968, The Real BP Earthwatch. Please go check these guys out, as well as Naughty Beaver. He's got some very interesting information and research. Go check him out. Like I said, I may not agree with everything all these guys are saying, but the gist of a lot of things they're saying is true. It's true. Go check it out, folks. So I'm going to continue to move on. It's just amazing the kind of world that we are living in now, that all of a sudden things have just really escalated. I need to get quickly into the violent earthquakes that continue to happen around the world. Especially we have quakes that are going off, folks, in the Yellowstone area, the Cascade Subduction Zone. San Andreas fault line has been active. The New Madrid is becoming more active. We have, again, magma movement. We had that 6.5 quake in Idaho on the 31st of March, the 5.7 in Salt Lake City, Utah. a few weeks back that knocked the trumpet off the Angel Maroney off of that cathedral church there in Salt Lake City. A little bit of prophecy news when that occurred. Maybe I'll get into more of that in another point in time. Again, another quote that I want to go by. This is someone that works in the federal government. This fella right here, as of the several nights ago, this is a quote. If the ocean was on the surface, every soul on earth would know we're living in the last days. And the reason why he's saying that, folks, is that we're having violent volcanic eruptions going off in our seabeds, under the sea, at the bottom of our seas, off the East Coast, off the West Coast, out in the South Pacific, all around the world, in the Ring of Fire, all over the place. So that quote, a very powerful quote. And folks, we need to just be aware of these issues. We do have a debris field that's coming. We do have meteors that are hitting the earth. They're just not reporting on a lot of them. I did one report on my last video. They are coming in. The debris field is coming. These are going to be clusters that are coming. We just need to be aware of that. And, we've got the Lord. We've got the God Almighty. We got Yeshua. He is coming. And we just need to keep with patience and keep our faith grounded firm in its roots during these last days and these prophetic times. All right, folks, we're going to get into Comet Atlas again. Comet Atlas. A lot of folks are continuing. This issue is getting a little bit deeper. There's more information coming out. There's more videos a lot more folks talking about Comet Atlas. This is CI 2019 Y4. Again, the location on this thing, right near our Big Dipper out there. Fast approaching Earth. Again, it's getting a huge tail. It still will pass the Earth around 72 million miles from the Earth. But again, the tail of it is very extensive. Very long tail on this thing. 1.2 degrees long, 3.3 million kilometers or more in the length size of its tail. The magnitude, star shining, is 1/8 of a magnitude that this comet is emitting. The comet itself is called the Comet, and that's like the nebulous around the nucleus of the comet. But the tail itself is getting very extensive. Like I said, it's getting very, very bright, this comet. This comet comes around every 6,025 years, I believe, to be exact. Very prophetic comet. Folks, I had a dream many, many months ago. And in my dream was, I believe now, a comet. And I believe is what I'm starting to understand more about my prophetic dream that I will go into and more videos to come. But I believe that from what I understand, and I'm starting to try to dissect this dream I had, I believe there was a comet involved. And the comet wasn't like going straight, or it wasn't going like way up, or it was kind of coming from a left direction of where I was standing, and it was kind of heading upwards. So it's very interesting, folks. I'll get more into that. But again, Comet Atlas, as I trail off base here, a speed of over 77,000 miles an hour. Very prophetic number as well. This thing here will sweep by our sun close to Mercury. It could get as bright as Venus. We may see it. Of course, I believe right now, just with telescope or binoculars, you might be able to see it. Eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to see it with the naked eye coming up next month. And very interesting. Again, Comet Atlas, very prophetic comet, I believe. So very interesting information on that, and I'll keep you up to date on it. You can go to Nemesis on YouTube. He keeps us up to date on that as well. Again, another bit of information, folks. We have a hypersonic rocket that was launched. This through the U.S. Department of Defense, I believe back on the 19th or the 21st of last month, March 2020. This, again, the U.S. Department of Defense, the Navy, and the Army, back, I believe, on Kauai, Hawaii, detonated a hypersonic rocket. And this, I believe, was a test. Again, we looked on in and around the 21st of March, Kim Jong-un, he launched a couple of projectile short-range ballistic missiles. Again, these usually landing in the Sea of Japan, I believe, but kind of put us again on a high alert. So this coming in as well, again, declassified, but coming from a federal government employee. They fired a hypersonic missile, a rocket. I believe it did have an impact site, an impact point somewhere in the South Pacific Ocean. This was a hypersonic cruise missile that could extend from 70 to 100,000 feet in the air. It also looks like that possibly they sent a hypersonic glide vehicle, and this reports are just kind of coming in. This thing could do over a Mach 5 at 100,000 feet plus in the air. But very interesting stuff that's going on. The intel, our military, and what's going on behind the scenes that we don't hear about. But it appears to be some kind of defense missile that was launched to help with defense of America. But very interesting, folks. Again, before I let y'all go tonight, we got a severe tropical cyclone. Yes, it's a severe tropical cyclone named Harold. It is coming through the South Pacific Ocean, a Category 5, This is near the island of Vanuatu, heading south-southeast toward Fiji. So yeah, again, I'm going to let you go. I've got a lot more information I'm going to continue to bring forth. Again, I want to get into a manifestation that occurred way back in the year 1561 in Nuremberg, Germany. I talked real briefly on my last video, but I'm going to get into it hopefully in my next video. But take a look at the Shumann resonance. That, again, is a frequency chart that we can look at. And, folks, you can go the several websites. You can go bring this up. We are seeing frequencies that are off the chain. Earth's frequency is 7.83 hertz. Well, we're seeing frequencies off the chart, like all kind of patterns spiking, and there is frequencies, there are objects, there are things that are going on. There's somebody's trying to tell us something. We're trying to figure it out, folks. Again, a pink moon coming up as well here, coming up, folks, and a full moon coming up, y'all, on the 7th and the 8th coming up, and just so much stuff. Folks, y'all just stay grounded in your faith. I'll come back after with some more videos. Y'all hold on tight. Don't trust everything that you're hearing and you're seeing on your TV. Please. Please. There are high powers, high principalities at work right now. There are people that are controlling a lot of things right now. So just don't believe everything. Don't believe everything coming off your phone, off of your TV, what people are saying and everything. Yes, be Yes, wash your hands and take showers and wash your clothes and be cautious and be aware. But they're not telling us everything, folks. There's some nasty stuff going on in our government. There's some nasty stuff going on in our nation. There's some nasty stuff going on in this world. So I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to come back at you, and I'm going to bring you some more news, folks. Y'all, it's going to be all right. It's going to be good. Y'all just got to hold on. We got to hold on tight through these end times. Yes, we're living in the end times. The first resurrection, the rapture, everything is going to come. Yeshua, he is on his way. So let's keep our eyes to the skies and our eyes in our Bibles. And let's just hold on tight, folks. I'm going to come back at you.